Hi, my name is Christopher, and I'm going to be playing a game of Fall from Heaven, a mod for Civilization 4. This mod is set after the Beyond the Sword scenario, Age of Ice, and it is a very comprehensive mod. Let's see here, we're going to play a custom game here. This is a dark fantasy mod written by Kale, way back in the day, 2006 or so, and the modding community on civanetics.com have kept the project alive ever since then. I am playing a mod of the original Fall from Heaven 2 called More Naval AI, which is probably the closest mod to the original Fall from Heaven 2, with essentially updates to the AI, especially when it comes to the naval side of things, and incorporated some other mods that were present in the base Civ 4 game, like revolutions and pub states, whatnot. So this is a dark fantasy mod. We have basically 18 civs we can choose from. Let's go back and give a rundown here. It's all doesn't matter now here. We have 3 general alignments here: good, evil, and neutral, and 18 civs you can choose from with a random number of leaders. The Amorites, they're one of the civs that were featured in the Age of Ice scenario, and the 2 leaders here are again the Caswallon and the Lady of the Even. For the Balsarafs, this civ is the insane civ, if you will. We have Keelan and her father Perpentok. The Banor, we have Capria and Sabathiel. Sabathiel is an angel in the game lore, and Decius. Decius is one of the only leaders that can be found in different factions. His backstory weaves through the Banor, the Malachim, and the Calabim, which is the next one up here. Calabim are your vampires. And they're very known for being the aristocrats. You have Alexis, again, Odysseus, and Floros. Alexis and Floros are brothers and sisters. Clan of Embers are basically your orcs, your horde, whatnot, led by Jonas Hendane and Shioba. Doviello are the Tundra-born, led by Shadowron and Mahala. They, I think, were also present in the Age of Ice. I'll have your good civ, Iron Logos, and Ethne the White. Grigori are the true agnostic civilization. They cannot subscribe to any particular religion, and the backstory is that Cassio is a fallen angel that is upset at the forces of heaven and hell going at each other and using men as their go-between. Hippos are your horse lords, Rohana and Tasunke. The Illians are the other major faction that came up from the Age of Ice. Orc Olvin is his own sole goal is to bring about winter again and ascend to godhood. Khazad are basically your dwarves, Arcturus Thorn and Kendra's Sphere. Kyria takes an interesting civilization. They can only have very few cities, but their cities are bigger in comparison to the other civilizations. Cardathlona is the embodiment of a dragon, if I remember my lore correctly. Lane are your pirate civ, Thalamar and Hannah the Illian. The Leosafar are your first faction of elves, mainly wood elves in this case. You have Alamantir and Arendelle Phaedra and Thessa. Luchuirp, they're the other dwarf faction, but I think they're more closely akin to Gnomes. We have Beery Ball and Garangir. Malachim, this is the third faction that Decius weaves through. They're the Desert Lords. and Von Gosum is the main leader. Sham are the group that are hell-bent on bringing the end of the world, led by Oscabella and Tevin Arbandi. Sidar are your, how would you say it, the Mistborne, led by Sandalphon, and Svoltvar are your Dark Elves, the Drow, led by Farah Valconia. So we're going to play a custom game here. We're just going to do strict random. We're not going to do that. Noble. And let's see here. I am missing. Oh, there it is. Erebus Continent. We can do a large map. That's fine. I'm going to remove this equation. Reduce the jungle slightly. Up the forest. With that, we're going to put in a donut. North and south, and east and west. Increase that. We'll modify the climate section. Alright, override it. There we go. City ruins. Okay. Barbarians are already more prominent in Fall from Heaven than they are in the base Civ. Raging Barbarians basically have them run amok, and it untethers certain barbarians from a certain city, which could cause massive problems. We're going to leave that off. But we're going to turn on Barbarian World. So for every Civ that starts, there will be a corresponding barbarian city somewhere in the world. End of winter. So the world basically is coming right at the off the heels of the Age of Ice. You can turn on the wild events, which doubles the amount of, increase the amount of animals. You can double the amount of bonuses, double the frequency of events, double the change to the Armageddon counter. Turn on all unique features. We'll leave all the religions in. We're going to keep all the world spells in. Asheron is the dragon that spawns in a particular barbarian city, and it's his units that untether if raging barbarians are turned on. 2.5 is the werewolf. It's not likely we'll see him, but I'd rather he be in the game. Orthus is a barbarian that spawns early in the game. We're going to create Prophet's Fates. We're going to leave that off. Actually, we're going to turn on Revolutions. Turn on Advanced Tactics and Multiple Production. Alright. So there are 18 civs. They're going to play with a total of 12. More that will spawn on because of the various revolutions. I am playing Gnome. Okay. So let's get stuck on my resources. I've got marble over here. Got a coastal part here. Tile grid. Don't need that. Yields. Okay. I have a unique feature over here. Let's figure out what this is. Remnants of Patria. Oh, this is good. It's going to give me +4 hammers for that particular city. I want a coastal city, but this is actually going to be a really good start point because I'll have Remnants of Patria. I'll have marble. The only issue here I have here is this goblin fort here with the, but I'll have to take care of them at some point. They're tethered here, so the ones that spawn after the fact, that'll be a nuisance. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hills. So I'm gonna have. Alright, that's actually very, very good. Normally, starting locations for Fall from Heaven are not jumping the spot where your first settlers put. But in this case, I actually like this a lot. It's hard to tell what's going to happen here as the land thaws up. But it probably has a good city name. Park my warrior here. And I have a standard build. It's 4 warriors. I'm just going to do a total of 3 and go from there to build palisade after that. Mud golems, they don't take any food to build, so I am actually safe to build that without causing my city to stop growing. So we'll go from there. Okay, let's check my check tree here. I have crafting already allows to build my brewing house, which is great. That'll give me some happies. Let's see here. Since I'm playing Gnomes, the first thing I want to do is go for warfare. We're gonna go for mining. Just go that get off the bat. That'll tell me if I have any copper nearby, which I can beeline for bronze working. But if not, I can just go for Way of the Earth Mother. So at the moment, mining to go first. See, big picture, despotism, nationhood, tribalism, decentralization, and of course the council under council. No one matter until someone founds order or I forgot the other name, the religion. Council of Isis, that's what it is. It's actually Empyrean and Isis that found the 2 councils. Good isthmus here. Could park a couple coastal cities here. Hold the phone here. We got elves right here. So this is going to be a point of contention here. It's going to force me to the west. I'm not typically happy about being hemmed in already, but that's the way it goes. Let's go say hi. And it's Thessa. There she is. They already have another goblin here. I expect her to be untethered as soon as they have a third unit there. So far, the wood elves start with 2 scouts. Mana, I'm gonna want that badly. So let's do this. I've got this version of Fall from Heaven of Moriel Evil II comes with bug mod. It allows me to plot where my cities are going to go. So that's going to go there. Build a second warrior. Park him there. A map, how useful. So Frozen Lake here, Dragon Bones. That gives good commerce. I want to try to get a city here, but that's going to be difficult. In fact, I'm going to say it's impossible because of the elves. Ashon has spawned. Somewhere off the map in this direction. He's not going to be an issue. Soldiers report that the jewel mask has moved into prominence. The constellation is secret to Isis, and your watch commanders report increased criminal activity behavior after display. If we had Council of Isis, which is a late game religion, we'd get a golden age, so these signs mean nothing. Looks like Amorites are down to the south. So we will not get Dragon Bones at all. Pity. There's a bear. I'm likely to lose my scalp. Just like that. I have 3 warriors and building a mud golem. Mud golem's my worker unit. Looks like a I've also lost a scout. I'm not sure. It's because it's because everything's being redirected to that. Okay, that's fine. Blessings of the earth are Kilmorph, and it is not only a privilege, but also a sacred duty to seek these blessings, remove them from the rocky confines, and use them to improve our lives. Osmond, Rockspittle, mining supervisor. I don't have any notices of copper nearby, so we are going to beeline for Kilmorph. There'll be ancient chants, which will give us a monument, mysticism, which will give us an elder council, which gives us more science, and then the Earth Mother. Because of that, we can also plan what we're going to do next. We need to beeline for festivals, which will give us economic output with the markets. Okay, we're going to build a cadre of warriors. Plan for our next city. However, we need our city to grow. And that'll also provide a little bit of commerce, boosting our science output a little bit. Sheep over here. Excellent. Even in the distant past, before the gods had revealed their divine presence to us, we still felt an unidentifiable longing, a yearning for some greater purpose, and some guidelines for our existence. Even then, a part of us must have known. Joe Sarah Scholar. That allows us to build monuments. So after this warrior's build, I'm actually going to interrupt my build war queue and start a culture war of some sort. No. No. There we go. This is going to be a very nice city location in this general area here because of how developed this area is already thawing out. I am now blocked off from meeting the Amorites, at least in the direct area. This is risky. I risk losing my mud golem here. The good news is my mud golem actually has 2 defense, unlike other worker units. Oh, I need a quarry here, so it's gonna wait. We're gonna go here. Source of corn is on top of the bear, of course. And we are 7th most cultured, of course. Center of the map. Do I have exploration? I do not. Okay. That is a little consequence at the moment. So, we're going to set up infrastructure for my next a possible city location. Even in the distant past. Oh, I've read this. Same flavor text as the last one. Interesting. Let's go ahead and do that. Astrologers report that the Great Serpent has moved into prominence. This constellation is secret to the Argaras, and the sign bodes poorly for goodly nations. The King of Hope who moves upon Erebus, we should honor him, for from blood rituals into the cities. And we do not have Ashenvale, so the signs mean nothing. Okay, send him back. to put that there because I need to consider you to grow. Orthus has been spawned, let's see, off the map. Not an issue for us. Astrologers report that the bow has moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Amathion, and your governors report increasing the city's birth rates. I'm sure Amathon signals the birth of a gifted child, but they're better to be born than among other people. I guess governors who search the child that bears Amathon's mark. If we had 50 gold in our treasury, we would receive a great profit, which would be useful in terms of religious economic output. Or towards one of the victory conditions. I believe it is the Altar of the Lunatar victory. Pray that Amathon inspires the research to greater heights of knowledge. Or these signs mean nothing. In this case, 140 beakers towards the way of the Earth Mother is very useful. That cuts our research time significantly. And Orthus is dead already. We have 2 here. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, reagents. Oh, that is very useful. That'll give us healthy when we have our herbalists. When I have 12 warriors, I will take out the goblins. Astrologers report that the Eye of Heaven is moving into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Nantosolta, and most believe it signals an auspicious time to plan marriages. I'm leaving one warrior on the fort to keep it from spawning any of their barbarian units. And nothing is more sacred than the earth that gave us birth, taps of Bamber. And that gives us an income, because Runes of Kilmorph is based on the worship of money, essentially. Yes. And that was different. So the elves have declared war on me. This is a very short game. Interesting. Let's see if I can outlast them. Hear me, mortals, and heed me well. Whispers of forgotten lore have found my ears. The currents of time flow through my veins with every beat of my heart, and bear visions of death and despair. As the wickedness of man takes hold of him, darkness will start to engulf his world. At first he will see nothing, only few of the most gifted will even sense the change. The world will go on as it has for a time, but the seed of his downfall has been sown. Astrologers report that the Bronze Owl has moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Sirona, and your prophets predict that the signals are coming with peace and happiness. So what has happened here? His Armageddon counter down here reached 10. When the Armageddon counter reaches 10, the warning triggers. Nothing happens at 30. At 20, at 30, the blight happens and massive population die-off and sickness occurs. At 40, the first of the four horsemen appears, followed at 50, 60, and 70. And if it gets above that, things get bad real quick. Let's see here. we are going to send a throwaway unit. Let's give an idea what's going on here. For the moment, we're just going to keep building warriors. See if I can bait them here. A medicinal tea cultivated by locals has been found to be effective in treating illnesses. The tea grows only in a specific region near Athralia, which is established internal trade with the locals for these rare commodities. Fund efforts to increase production without endangering the natural resources it produces. So we can get a +1 commerce, or $407 coin. We can get the additional commerce plus 7% chance of 3 bonus health and a free sage in Athralia. Might as well. Let's see what happened. We got a free sage and the bonus health. Excellent. Your men have discovered a shrine to Camilos, god of war, hidden in the cities of Athralia. What would you like them to do? Do nothing. It's best not to engage the gods. +1 to the Armageddon counter. Order them to destroy the shrine. -3 to the Armageddon counter. Present an offering at the shrine. +3 to the Armageddon counter, but it requires the evil. We're going to destroy the shrine. And now we can build soldiers to kill more for going to hunting district to do that. Their hero, the Golden Soulwork, is on his way to join their forces. Astrologers report that the obedient sector has moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Aaron, and your prophets warn that children born at this time are most likely to be powerful leaders or psychopaths. They lost half their attack force doing that. Excellent. The reason I'm going for horseback riding is not because I can use horses, but rather because of the movement bonus that affords my units. Astrologers report that the Pegasus have moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Tally, and strong storms are reached across your lands. Our scholars report that the Etherealian sits on top of the remnants of an ancient Patrian city. They want to say abandoned section of the city so they can search for artifacts in the age of magic. The research will be valuable, but many people will be made homeless by the excavation. Pursuit of knowledge is noble. Goal seize the land and give it to the researchers. In this case, it would be very bad in my case, with only one city and currently at war. Lies beneath the city-state buried. And again, Pegasus. I'm gonna wait 12 more turns. All mankind, with the direct exception of the followers of the overlords, have always strongly resented slavery. The grounds that no being should be completely subject to another. Oddly enough, this view has never been put forth in regards to man's fellow animals. Salanayara, Elven Mystic. Astrologers report that the Great Serpent has moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Agaves and stands boldly for the White Hand has been completed in faraway land. That tells me that Illians are in the game. Astrologers report that the Bronze Owl has moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Sirona, and your prophets predict the signals of its happiness. River of Blood, the Calabim on the game. A heroic gesture of mercy by your forces in regard to the Leo so far wounded has opened the door to possible shooting. Do you wish to end the war? Yes. And for our records, let's see how we are in terms of power. Interesting. And the Amorites have been kicked out of the game. Okay, as we have been badly hampered by everything that's been happening here, we need to get on our feet here. "26 turns versus 14 turns. We're going to build a settler." Typical hill, you have a claim to find a witch. They want her to be order her execution. We don't execute on the whims of the people. We're going to need exploration, masonry. Turns. Protection disabled and research disabled for 19 turns. Aliens just cast stasis. Lovely. Two civilizations in one turn. Calabim been thrown out, and the Balsaraphs.